Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Zings it complete to the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually, keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. This offense has a second down play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Syracuse.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets away. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Great job by the QB just avoiding a negative play. I know you don't come away with a big completion, but he should have got sacked. I don't know how he was able to get out of that. Great individual effort by him.
They're going to throw it again. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Syracuse right back at it. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Gonna run it. It's Law. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Well, I love the physicality there, backed up deep down in your own end. We're going to have to get hats on hats and give our running back an opportunity to make somebody miss, use that speed. I don't know if they were necessarily anticipating a long run like that, David, but hey, they just completely flipped the field.
Yeah, and a bad job by the defense because you are anticipating run. You know offensive coordinators don't want to drop back, throw the football out of their own goal line where they can get a safety. They want to hand it off, create some space, so you didn't meet that physical challenge. You knew the run was coming. Got to do a better job.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Touchdown, Syracuse. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Last run didn't get much. Ball's at their own 26. Here's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry up. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to
Hit the afterburners, kid. 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll... Touchdown, Cuse!
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
14, Fresno State, 0.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
Coming up, 4th down.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room. Fresno State right back to the line. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on 4th down.
Man, it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought, even in your own side of the field. Like, what, are they going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
This is a 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through to the position.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Looking down the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Grabbed over the middle. It's Suggs. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Syracuse 14, Fresno State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They keep attacking through the air. Going for 6. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
To the air on first down. Feeling some heat. It's caught downfield. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Syracuse right back at it.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
Throws to the wideout. Got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Now on the move. Touchdown, Orange. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to add another.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And here's the return. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point,
Just plowing ahead. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense.
a nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it right on his guy.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking off. Looking to move it through the air. Moving away from pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's off to the races. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Strong, firm tackle.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
It's fourth down, and this offense is going to stay on the field and keep the kicker on the sidelines. Let's it fly. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Jamison. On the move is the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A designed run for the quarterback. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Syracuse right back at it. He's looking for a man on second down. Makes the catch. It's Jamison. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the 1st half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the 1st half.
He'll ride his man on the option. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where...
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Syracuse. Man, is that dude fast. It is easy to see how this position is evolving more and more to have elite athletes and elite throwers.
Reese, you say easy, I say annoying. Take about the defensive perspective. I got to guard the running back running. I got to guard the wide receivers. Oh, and now the quarterback's going to run? Well, here, you take the playbook and stop him.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Looking to scramble. He looks that one in nicely.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team, because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket and you know exactly where he's going to be every single play.
On target over the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Moving out of the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this 2nd half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here.
He's loose. That gives him 100 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, just destroying his way through the field. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Fresno State right back to the line. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fresno State. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Running back searching for a hole. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. This is a designed run. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Quarterback extends the play, and he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Open runway ahead. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cuse.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's ball. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Unloads to the right. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Complete to the left. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Fresno State right back to the line.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Now from inside the red zone. Got it in the middle. It's Law. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Fresno State lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
He's now 2nd and goal.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If this offense wants to stay in this game, they have to punch it in on this drive. It's 3rd and goal. Here comes the option. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, it's a nice positive play on the bootleg going to the right there, and a really good decision that time by the quarterback, too, because he's supposed to throw that down the field, but as soon as he turned around, he saw that there was just open space, green grass. Put your foot in the ground, use your athletic ability, and go get positive yards.
A little release to the back. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third.
The end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Syracuse 35, Fresno State 21.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second down.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Got his man quickly. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Orange. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 8.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Law. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about
all by himself down the middle. The 20. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Snags it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. The 40. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Going for the return. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10.
First and 10.
Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. He'll start this drive firing. Grabbed in the middle. It sucks. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Fresno State right back to the line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He makes the connection. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Stumbled to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He's in a world of trouble.